Hey guys, welcome back to It Doesn't Have to Be Perfect with moi, Janine. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Let's just get straight into it. Okay. Although I am not known for keeping my own secrets, I am very much in the business of keeping my friends' secrets when necessary. Okay. There's a bond that is created when someone confides in you. It's like saying, I trust you enough to keep what I perceive to be something that should be kept under wraps, and therefore you can now trust me to keep your secrets. It's how many friendships blossom, honestly. Tell me something that you haven't told anyone yet, and I feel special. Like a handshake that required both of us to grab the tip of a blade and meld our blood together. And when it comes to my own secrets, well, let's just say I'm the type of person at a coffee shop, first date, and I'm exclaiming, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. And I love that I am like that because when I share about myself, I tend to get the trust of others because I'm not like, hiding in a corner, secretive. And, I have something to talk about over dinner and I share my feelings with my mother. Okay. I'm that type of person. You can ask me anything and I'll probably answer truthfully, even if it hurts someone's feelings. And some people see this as bluntness, but I don't know. I am aware of the delicate truths that should be delivered as such. In all honesty, I've never found the appeal of keeping secrets so intensely of the fear of other people finding out. Like, so what if they find out? Like, what are they going to do with this information that is so bad? Blackmail me? I don't think I'm interesting enough to be blackmailed by someone. Like, I don't have my secrets are not that I even have secrets, but like I don't, it's not that interesting. But, I don't care. So now I understand that some people are just more naturally private than others for their own reasons. And I guess I've never had a good enough reason up until recently. Now, if you listened to my last podcast, I have no problem sharing the details of my life. And now I can see how, like, putting out all the information in the world can have unintended consequences. Your digital footprint is very much real, okay? And perhaps you want to get hired somewhere. But then they see that you put out a story of why you were the main factor in someone's arrest. And perhaps they don't think those morals align with their company. Wild, right? Who would have thought? And perhaps some things you should just keep to yourself. And recently, I decided to do just that as an experiment for myself. This was pertaining to a goal that I had established for myself, and it was to start eating like a no sugar added lifestyle. Natural sugars, I mean, yes, I will eat my fruits and veggies, whatever, like that. I didn't see that as like added sugar. I'm meaning more like the things that have added sugar that don't need to have added sugar. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't really have an end date for this, nor did like I have it in my mind to keep this as a goal forever. Definitely not that. But it was just like a fun experience to see like how I would feel afterwards, Would it help my bloating? Would my energy levels go up? Would I feel mental clarity? I wasn't really sure, but I wanted to try it out without committing to anything, just to try it out. Now, when I have a goal, I tend to spread the word, as they would in the biblical times. I would spread the word, just like to whoever is around me at that time. Really, like for example, if I decided that I was gonna run every weekday, I'd probably go and tell my partner first of all. And it's always so exhilarating at first, and you're filled with so much optimism and you're excited, and by day 5 you're like, I'm tired and I don't want to do it anymore. And then I gave up the idea of running every day, and then I feel like a failure and a goof because I had told someone about this goal-oriented adventure, and I failed on the first week. And even as day 5 arrived, I thought, well, I told someone I was going to do this. So now I feel like I have to do it. And this is making me not want to do it. For some people, like, it may help them, like, having someone so that they're kept accountable, but sometimes it can just really be the death of it. And now you have to pull through because someone knows about it, you know? And I think the have to is the problem. So I wanted to see if there was like no longer a have to. If I would, you know, if I would pull through, like what would happen if I didn't have like that external pressure, you know? So I started it, and let me tell you, no added sugars makes it hard to eat out because almost, spoiler alert if you didn't know this, almost everything in the US has added sugars. If it's not like homemade or if it's not like restaurant made, you know? And I was spending a lot more time in the kitchen than usual. I was making eggs with chorizo, and I was making refried beans, and I was making loaded potatoes, tofu scramble, mango smoothies, but banana cacao smoothies to get that sweet tooth out of the way. Day 1, easy. Day 2, easier. Day 3, I was struggling. I was really having like sugar cravings. Like I had like a dream the night before of like Oreos. I don't even eat Oreos like that often. I'm not the biggest fan of Oreos. I was just having so much like sugar cravings, and I wanted a chocolate bar. I wanted cereal. I never crave cereal. And I wanted my oversweetened matcha. That's what I was craving the most from my local coffee shop. But I pulled through. I powered through. And it was way easier to do this because I felt like it was my own little secret, I guess. I don't know. That makes it sound like I'm doing something bad, but I'm not. I decided to, like, if I had decided to go out for that matcha, I wouldn't have to be ashamed and say to a friend who asks, like, how's the no added sugar lifestyle going? And I'd have to be like, yeah, that didn't work out. But if I decided to go out for that matcha, it would be like, okay, this sucks that I'm giving up, but like, oh well, like, so what, you know? Because it was like something for me, not for someone else, not to impress someone else. I was also not trying to like lose weight or anything toxic like that. I genuinely just wanted to do it to improve my health. I think honestly the idea arrived from the fact that I had a yeast infection and I currently do not have insurance. So I was like, okay, well, I need to fix this on my own. And it's probably like an overproduction of sugar because I'm eating a little bit more sugar. So I think that's definitely where the idea arrived from. And it worked, by the way. I no longer have a yeast infection. Woohoo! But anyways, day 4, yeah, like the cravings were dying down. And by day 5, I felt so accomplished that I was doing it, and I was doing it for me, right? And it felt so great that I ended up asking my boyfriend, do you think it's possible to eat a no added sugar lifestyle? And he quickly says, no, unless you're a millionaire with a private chef. And then I was like, that's funny because this is my 5th day of doing it, and I'm definitely not a millionaire. And he was like, oh, really? Nice. Like, wow, I didn't know you were doing that. And I was like, yeah, I didn't tell anyone for a reason. And yeah, he was just really impressed, which I was like, that's funny because your family, like his family is very just, cooks all the time. There's always food around. And they don't really go out to eat. And I was like, your family basically does no added sugars. Like they make everything from scratch. And even when they have like sweet treats, it's like the no sugar treats. And he was like, oh, I guess, yeah. But it's just like we're just in that age where we're eating out a lot, and so it's kind of hard to avoid it, which, you know, understandably so. But since I've been cooking for years, and this man cooks, but not at the level that I cook. No, I just literally just have more experience with cooking. I guess he didn't realize how easy it is to do it. The only hard part is when you are going out to like functions and stuff, and you know, there's like literally sugar everywhere, which again, it's not a bad thing if you have it, but I was just trying to get my health under control. But that just made me realize that perhaps keeping goals to myself or some things to myself, it might make it more possible for me to pull through and accomplish those things, because again, there's not like an external person or thing that's relying on me, or not even relying on me, but they know that I'm doing this, and the next time they see me, they're probably going to ask about it, and then I have to give an answer, and then I might be ashamed, and I'm like, you know, like just keeping it to yourself. There's something like super like empowering about that, like thrilling about that, because it's like no one knows. I'm doing this thing and no one knows. I don't know, like it definitely made me realize again, like I don't have to say everything that I'm doing. And this is like the complete opposite of like maybe like affirmations and stuff, or maybe not, because it's like to yourself, but like a lot of times you saying it to other people, and you know, you're putting that manifestation out there, and it's probably counterintuitive to some people, but for me, I'm realizing that it like really works for me. I don't know, this was just my first experiment, right? And on day 7 I did have a little treat, but it was like literally like less than 1 gram of added sugar, but you know, I felt good afterwards. I didn't feel like ugh, gross, whatever. No, and I plan to like keep doing little experiments like this, and like see if I can accomplish it without like telling anyone beforehand. And again, not that I'm saying literally every thought to everyone. No, I'm not. But usually, like, yeah, when I get excited about something that I'm going to do, I want to tell people, or like, oh, like, what are you going to do today? And I'll give them my list of what I'm doing. But then, I don't know, some things I'm just going to start experimenting and keeping to myself and seeing how that works. And I don't know, I'm excited. So that's basically the advice I have for you. If you're like struggling with something, with a goal, and you want to keep it to yourself, that's completely okay. It will not be counterintuitive to not put it out there and speak it out loud. Like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Keep it to yourself. And hey, more power to you, because you're literally not pressured by anyone else outside of you. You're not expected to have a certain outcome to anyone else but yourself. For some reason, my audio cut off here. So I'm just going to say, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.